Today is a major milestone for survivors of the Sandy Hook massacre in 2012. If you remember, 20 first graders and 6 educators were killed by a lone gunman in one of the deadliest school shootings in U.S. history. And today, survivors of that terrible tragedy, who were just 6 or 7 years old at the time, are now graduating high school. A group of them sat down with ABC News to talk about what they remembered from that day. Take a look.
We heard our principal, and she told us, kids, go hide into your safe spots. And then we heard, a popping sound, and then the phone, kind of went off.
You actually heard the gunshots?
Mm-hmm. Being at the front of the classroom, and he came in and stood right next to me, and I watched all my friends drop, and one of the victims did not make it. He told me and a couple other people to run, and we did. We ran out of the classroom, out of the school, and on the way we saw bodies in the hallways and doors blown off the hinges, and we just ran and ran and ran out of the school, out of the parking lot.
How haunting. He told you to run.
Okay, so with gun violence now, the leading cause of death for children, and with more school shootings happening every single year, a lot of these survivors have become advocates, campaigning to stop gun violence. They're also talking about the lack of action since then. Take a look.
This should never have happened to us. This should never have happened to them. I just think people in power, or people that have the power to make change, should do it instead of the 17, 18-year-olds trying to do their work for them.
I really thought Sandy Hook would, shock people and wake everybody up, but, it just keeps happening over and over and over again.
As unfortunate as it is, it's going to happen to someone else, and it's going to keep happening to someone else until people like us have to make the change.
I mean, the tragedy never ends. The friends, family who were lost that day, the smiling faces that should be filling the seats in your classroom, the parents who should be able to watch their kids graduate, get married, the kids when they'll be able to hug the parents again, it's never over.
Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine. I mean, Jeff, our kids, Lawson and Sophie, are 6 and 7.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I have another boy that's going to go through school, so this is something that's going to directly affect me as well as my children, because since 2008, I did some quick math on CNN, since 2008, 657 shootings, and that was done a couple months ago to date. How many shootings where's the line when we start saying we need to do something here? Congress needs to step in. I don't know what the answer is, but do something. Other countries have laws in the books that doesn't take anybody's guns away, right? Just red flag laws, better control, better distribution of guns. There's more guns than people in the U.S. This is a problem, and I think these children are going to change the future. To Erica's point, we were talking about this earlier, it's going to be up to them, because the people that are in Congress right now are set in their ways. They brush this under the rug. Every time it happens, we just say, well, let's just not talk about it until hopefully it won't happen again. The numbers are increasing since 2008, and in 2020 was the only time it went down, and they weren't in school because of COVID. So this is an epidemic. I have to give more grace to the younger generation, because even I don't think about this sometimes, and it's something I don't want my kids to deal with. And as a father, am I wondering what is happening to them in school?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about how they're advocates and they're rallying for gun reform. They're doing that now because that's all that they can do, because the adults are doing nothing. I think that a lot of people are very aware that this generation, who are one-time, two-time mass shooting survivors, are going to replace our politicians. They are going to replace people who should have been red flagging, people who should be ensuring the mental health of people who clearly need it. This next generation is coming. They are here. That's what everyone should understand. And because we've done nothing, they will be doing everything.
Good.
And it's good, but why?
I know. It's sad that has to be their mission.
Exactly.
Right? But yeah. Selfishly, I'm just glad that something, hopefully, because of them, will change.
Yeah, if you look up representatives like Maxwell Frost, who's one of the youngest representatives, I call them the school shooting generation of Congress people. They will overtake it, and they will come in having heard the gunshots. It's the first generation of people who can actually make power and legislation that might cross the aisle, because they were in school together. So watch out for that generation. They're coming. I also want to let you know the U.S. makes up about 5% of the global population, but we've experienced 31% of the global mass public shootings. And also, don't you guys remember that when they killed 26-year-olds, we thought that they were doing something then.
No.
When they didn't do anything after Sandy Hook, nothing was going to be done.
Yeah.
And Al, I know you've said that before. Like, once they've killed kindergartners and you don't change, it's over.
You know, I want to. I wish I helped. You know, I wish I was as optimistic as you guys are, but
I'm not. I've been on the ground floor. No one cares. No one cares.
Sam, I think they do care. I think they care about
they're
money.
indifferent.
If you think about our Congress, we're excited about these young people coming to our Congress. Haven't we learned time and time again, Erica, that you can take a bill and snarl it with stuff and slow it down to the point where it's nothing at the end, even if it does get passed? The way that our system is set up, it's set up to almost strangely inhibit change unless everybody is on board.
Yes.
And we know that this is an issue in which a lot of people aren't going to be on board. We have really just one thing, guns in our country that don't have laws attached to them. There are laws attached to your car. There's laws attached to if you can dig to if you want to have a pool in your house. There's laws with your dog. There's laws with everything except this one thing. And there is a reason for that. There's a reason that there are no laws. You have to close a nightclub at a certain time. You can only go this fast on the highway. But there's this one thing that is still got the same rules that we had in 1815 when there were sheriffs shooting it out downtown. And there's a reason for that, and it's because a lot of people want that. Guns are attached to a deeper thing that we don't have time to get into here, but there's a reason for everything, and there's a reason why, for as much as we want to be optimistic, for as much as I want to be optimistic with you guys, there's a deeper reason as to why guns are still legal. And maybe if DBL goes to 3 hours, we can get into it.
I would love to have an episode like that. I'm right there with you.